Hi there, today is about paper clips. Hidden paper clips, paper clips made to look nicer. 3 different kinds. This one here is meant to hold a pen, like this. And I just thought it should look nice on the opposite side also. So we're going to learn how to add a little bit of embellishment to one side and make it fit on the front side. Obviously, putting on a little lace afterward is not easy. The second kind of paper clip is just with, again, hidden. You can't see the actual paper clip, but both sides are nice. And if you notice, one side is shorter than the other, and I'll show you how I do that too. And the third is with napkin covered paper, and it also is made to look nice on both sides. So I've got these 3 that I've already made, and I'm gonna do the next 3. As you can see, you can't see the actual paper clip, but they hold things really well. We're gonna make the other 3 to go in the next journal that I made last week on a video. I'll link below to that. So first we're going to cover book page with Mod Podge and let it dry. I've done that already because you don't want to watch Mod Podge dry. And then we're going to iron the paper napkin, just one layer of it, onto the napkin, onto the paper. So I'm using parchment paper to protect my iron. And I want to have the napkin on both sides of the paper. Now both sides have Mod Podge dried on it, so it's going to work well. I'm choosing the spot on the napkin that I like, so it has more decoration. And then adding some heat and a little bit of pressure, not a lot. It's the heat that causes the Mod Podge to activate. And you'll see later, I'll show you how the paper napkin adheres. You'd never know it was 2 pieces. See? And no sticky fingers from glue. So I want to thank everybody for joining me again. Thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't, I invite you to subscribe. I have interesting videos, at least I hope they're interesting, trying different things, junk journaling with paper and glue and all kinds of different things. I have some good ideas ahead of time, at least I think they're good ideas. I hope you'll enjoy them. Now, in addition to the napkin covered paper, I'm also going to paint on some paper. It doesn't have Mod Podge, it's just plain. And I have this paint that I really enjoy there, the pearlescent color. And I'm just playing with paint. I am not an artist, but I do enjoy playing with paint. These pearlescent colors, they have a slight shimmer to them when they dry. So I'm just choosing a few colors that I think might go with the napkin. Ideally, it would be a darker blue, but those are the colors I have that you see in front of you. So just painting a little bit on them, and as they dry, you'll see they shimmer and they change texture. Book page is wonderful to paint on. It's very porous and it comes out so pretty. And next, I'm using some packing tape. I'll link below to what it is, and some Fabri-Tac glue. I want to put the metal paper clips in between the paper. So I fold it in half so that the longer part of the paper clip is on the longer piece of paper, on the longer half, I guess you'd say. So you can see it's too wide, so I've just torn it in half. And one side is shorter, one side is longer. And I'm choosing the longer side to go on the longer and the shorter side to go on the shorter piece of paper. And what I want to do now is add that tape after I put some Fabri-Tac glue down. Now Fabri-Tac doesn't go through the paper, it doesn't go into the paper. So that's why I'm using that kind of glue as opposed to the art glitter glue. Sometimes art glitter glue can go through the paper, and it also adheres immediately, where Fabri-Tac stays movable for a little while, which is really good when you're using a paper clip and you want to just sort of reposition it if it doesn't go in the right position immediately. The reason I know that this packing tape works is because we've moved. So I'm in a new craft room, and I've sort of been finding my way around, reorganizing my craft items. And I thought, you know what? I'm done moving, so I'm going to bring this packing tape into the craft room with me. It's quite sticky, but it can be torn. It's different than duct tape. It's different than masking tape. It's interesting. The fellow at U-Haul, he recommended the tape when we bought some boxes. So now it's coming into the craft room because we're done moving. Oh, if I never see another box again, it'll be too soon. So making it fit on the page and then adding an embellishment. I'm choosing to use die cuts. This is from Sizzix Tim Holtz set of dies, Wildflowers. I'll link below to the set that I have. And the die cuts are made from a double or sometimes a triple layer of book page that I painted with a gold acrylic, and then I die cut. So they're sturdy, but they're not real. You can still tear them. I wouldn't, for example, give one of these paper clips to my 5-year-old granddaughter, because for sure they'd get messed up. But on a page in a junk journal that you're holding a tag, or you're holding an extra piece of paper or whatever on, they're perfect. Because as you can see, when I position them into the junk journal, they look real pretty on the page. And I'm adding some pink and red of the pearlescent paint so that it matches a little bit better with the napkin that we're using in this journal. Now the journal has a middle page that has the same napkin on the page, so I want it to be similar. Yep, there we go. And I'm just choosing whichever die cut that appeals to me, that I think will work. And I'm using art glitter glue. Art glitter glue. There's no glitter in the glue, it's just the name of the company, to adhere these to the book page. I prefer art glitter glue to Fabri-Tac most times. Fabri-Tac is a very strong smell, and it has strings of glue. It's just a little more messy than art glitter glue, and it's harder to get off your fingers too. But some people love Fabri-Tac, or I think Fabri-Fix. There's two that are similar. I don't know, what kind of glue do you enjoy using? Leave a comment below. I'd love to know what glue you use that you've found works well, and maybe you can even let me know why you choose one glue over another. Recently, I just made myself some homemade texture paste, and I used regular PVA tacky glue for that. That's for next week's video. I'll show you next week what I've been working on. But actually, at the end of this video, I'll show you a picture of what I've been working on, or what I will be working on next week. Now on to the second kind of covered paperclip, altered paperclip, hidden paperclip, using that napkin covered piece of book page. And I just tear it to the length that I like, the shape that I like. Again, trying to make sure that one side is longer than the other. And I'm using the large paperclip for this one. So the longer side is on the longer edge of the paper, and the shorter is on the front side or back side, whichever it ends up being. The reason I'm doing that is because I find it easier to open the paperclip if I know where exactly it opens. If you do them both the same length, or the same, equal length, it's harder to identify where you should open the hidden part. And this way it's evident. Not always easy. You can see at the end of the video where I struggle a little bit. And putting Fabri-Tac glue and then that packing tape. And the front side of the packing tape is paper, but the glue is much more sturdy than masking tape. And the paper itself is more sturdy than masking tape. Adding another die cut onto, dropping it first and then adding it. Glue. I like playing with paper, and obviously when we make things with paper, glue is necessary. But the idea is to make sure the glue stays where it's supposed to stay and not go elsewhere. I'm adding some parchment between there because I'm afraid that too much glue, Fabri-Tac, has gone on the pieces and they're going to stick the two sides together that aren't supposed to be stuck. This way it gives it a little time to dry, and then I can pull out the parchment paper and be able to put the hidden paperclip on the page. And I like the idea of letting the stems of the die cut hang down. It was pretty. And maybe you'd like to just cut them off. That's okay too. This paperclip, I bought a bunch of them. The problem is the little part where the pen is supposed to go through is not as wide as many of the pens that I use. So I found a couple that will work. Actually, at the Dollar Tree. It's a dollar store that we have in the United States. And I'm looking for the piece of paper that I painted that will most fit the coloring of the paper napkin for this video. The front of the cover is a ship. We made it last week, and it has sort of bluey, purpley colors. So I'm just wrapping it around the back, the piece of paper, around the back of the back part of the paperclip, gluing it down with Fabri-Tac, and leaving a part that's sticking up. And that's what I can attach the die cut to. So you won't see this part that's sticking up when you put it on the side of a journal. On the front, on the back side then, of course, a little bit of washi tape, a little bit of a die cut, and it's pretty on the opposite side also. You'll see as I put it on the journal. I think it turned out well. I made it once, and then trying to recreate it was a little more awkward. And I decided I'm going to try painting a little more on the side until I realized that, well, you don't really see that side anyhow. So It's just as well I'm not as pleased with the way I painted this as some of the other. But it's okay. We're doing junk journaling, and it's not about perfection. It's about experimentation. See the colors, the blue and the purple? If I had more paint colors, then I'd use the right colors, but I use what I have. And that's about junk journaling too, using what we have, making do with what we have, or adding to what we have. I've been doing this kind of crafting for more than 3 years, and I'm sort of becoming more adventurous as I do more crafting. If you take a look at my videos, they go back quite a bit. And I started off very hesitantly making videos. And I think I've finally found a way that works for me right now, and that's doing a voiceover after the fact, after I've edited. I'm not a person that talks a lot, so talking for 20 minutes is a stretch for me. I don't know, how about you? Are you a person that talks a lot? Like, do you enjoy just talking extemporaneously without, Gail Agnestelli, she's someone that I listen to and I watch. She's so good at crafting, and she can talk without any inhibition. She just chats away as she crafts, and I admire that so much. Maybe I'll get better. There we go, and there are 6 paper clips, 2 of each kind. And I'll show you how they go on. There's the one with the pen. And because the other 2 are hidden, it doesn't matter that one is gold and the other are silver, because you can't see the silver parts. See, there's the pen. And the paperclip is strong enough to hold on all kinds of things. I'll show you with this second one when I put it on. I can hold the little glassine bag without any difficulty. Now that glassine bag, I've done dry embossing, and I cut out a fussy cut an old card and have a little label on there. See how easy it holds? And it looks pretty. You wouldn't know that it's an actual paper clip, I suppose. And looking for how it opens, following my own advice, the shorter side and the longer side. There we go. And it goes on just like that. I'm happy how it turned out. Have you ever tried hidden paper clips? Do you do things differently? I'd love to know if you have had experience with other hidden paper clips. Sometimes people leave the top of the paper clip poking out the top of the paper so they can add some ribbon or some kind of embellishment, dangle to it. I did think about adding a beads dangle to the paper clip in the front. I think that might look pretty. Maybe I'll try that next time too. Anyhow, it's Laurie at Positive Thanks Living. Thanks for joining me. Won't you like and subscribe? And here's what we're going to be trying next week. In the meantime, take care. Bye for now.